どうもこんにちは、キャンバスゴルフの永井です。今日はというか、今週はになるんですけども、アメリカに来ておりまして、でちょっとこれからね近くのゴルフ場に行こうと思っております。名前はロニープールゴルフコースっていうところなんですけど、なんでそこを行くかっていうとですね、実はこのロニープールゴルフコースっていうのは、地元の大学が、所有しているコースで、一般の方はもちろん大学のゴルフチームとかも日々練習で使っているコースで、どんな環境なものかと身がてら、自分もプレーしに行こうかなと思っております。はい、ということで、少々運転して、無事ロニープールゴルフコースに到着することができました。早速ねクラブハウス行ってショップ見たり練習したりしたいなと思います。実はラウンドの直前にプロショップでいろいろ話をしたらですね、館内というかクラブハウス内にあるフィッティングルームとか実はあるんですが、そういった施設の案内をねしてくださったので、その際のちょっとしたインタビューというか動画をお届けしたいなと思います。We don't really have this kind of facility in Japan. It's really unusual. We have like truck land room or facility like this.
Has its own adapter for the universal system, which makes us capable of putting any shaft in any head. So usually fittings go one of two ways. We fit the head first or we fit the shaft first. It just depends on the player. I never know what order it's going to go in. Yeah, so it's different people, there's different things. But if I find a shaft that I like a lot and I think performs well for that person, then I'll start exploring different heads. So I'll have them hit this.
Which way would you prefer to start from?
The shaft.
The shaft.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would prefer to fit the shaft.
How do you actually find the shaft? Each head has its own like a character.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's really hard to calibrate standard conditions to find the best head.
Absolutely. Let me show you a.
I'm one of the guy struggling to find the best shaft head, just because I just don't know which way to start, from the head or from the shaft. So I just tried two these the latest shaft XC. Have you seen it?
Yeah, we have some. Everybody makes something good nowadays. It just comes down to the design. So this is so we'll go from one extreme to another. This is the TS1 from Titleist. You can see it's a little bit larger, it's a little bit deeper, the face is a little bit shallower. So most amateur players, they miss the club face toe to heel. A good portion of the time it's, up and down. But if we move to a head that's a little more progressive, for someone that's competing, you can see some obvious differences. That's deeper here, it's shorter here. The player that's going to like this is not really concerned about hitting the center of the club face. Also, the way that this golf club is designed is you can see that it has a weight in the back, which is going to help perpetuate launch and spin. And then on the 4, it's moved forward, which is going to move the center of gravity closer to the face, which is going to potentially lower launch and lower spin. And of course, all this is given that you hit the center of the club face, which is the number one job of the golf shaft. And so what the shaft is supposed to do is you're supposed to match a golf shaft to a swing, and the shaft is supposed to help you find the center of the face more consistently. Okay, and we'll get more into that. So again, and you'll notice that a lot of golf clubs are designed this way. You know, so we have a M5 here, and we have an M6. So it's the same principle, it's just a different design. I like to fit the shaft first, because like I said, the shaft is supposed to help you find the center. If we can find the center consistently, then we can start measuring consistencies for ball flight, you know, and finding out, you know, just by using your averages and deviations of your average, we can figure out, you know, what's going on most of the time. And then we can narrow our focus and say that we need something that's going to alter that thing in a specific way, up or down, you know, that kind of thing. But going back to this system, so this will fit the TaylorMade like that. And in this case, we're just making the assumption that this shaft right here fits the player, that we have fit the shaft first. All right. So if we try that and we don't get exactly what we want, we can take the adapter off. We can move to a different head, like this guy. We can put the associated adapter on here.
Yeah, this is.
And then we can put it on there, you know. So
you don't have to change the sleeve all the time.
Yes, if you
can immediately just change the adapter.
Yeah, absolutely.
Other heads.
Absolutely. So we throw this guy on here, you know, like that, here, and then we put the head on right here. We put the screw in right here. We screw it, and then it's hittable. This system is also USGA conforming, so you can play this in competition.
Oh, okay.
And there has been many times where we've hosted collegiate tournaments here, and we've had a player break a driver, and they were able to come into our facility, get fit for something quickly, and then immediately take it to the course and start playing. And it would be conforming and legal for them to do so. Golf shafts by displacing the golf shaft, by pressing down on it inch by inch, you know, using a pressure system, and then we measure here how the golf shaft is reacting. Yeah, so we put the golf club in a clamp here, you know, and then we have basically an anvil or a hydraulic press that is set to a specific weight.
How stiff this?
Yep, and then it moves incrementally down the shaft, pushing to see how the golf shaft reacts. Okay, so if we find a golf shaft that is working well for someone, but we don't get exactly what we want from it. Maybe we need a little bit more launch. Maybe we need to bring the ball down a little bit lower. What we can do is we plug a golf shaft into here. We have a drop-down menu right here, and it has all of our shafts that are available. And then what we can do is we can hit shaft match, and now I have 8 golf shafts that are of similar design. So these are 8 golf shafts that we have available in the room that we can explore and try and see if we can get the launch conditions that we want. What we can do is we can put it one by one.
That's also time saving too. You can exclude options that has 0 possibility. So you don't have to try all of those.
Another really interesting thing that we have here is this craft. Over here, we call this an EI profile. Are you familiar with that term?
Not really.
Okay, an EI profile, basically what it does is it measures the golf shaft while it's under load. So while you're swinging it, it's how the entire golf shaft is reacting. This is different from the EI profile because it measures the golf shaft inch by inch. So we can...
So it's like that one as total, this one is like inch by inch.
Inch by inch. The signature of the shaft does. Another thing that really helps us a lot is you've heard of tipping golf shafts, right? Some golf shafts, and this is a big thing that's misunderstood in the industry, is that you can tip a golf shaft and it will inherently make it lower launching and lower spinning. And this end, the misunderstood part is most people think that you can cut this and you can manipulate the golf shaft. You can make it firmer in this section, which will bring down your launch and potentially your spin. This section here is very sensitive to change. This part right here is not so much. All right, this part is very sensitive. You know, removing material from this part is you need to know what you're doing. Yeah, this is just a like a private teaching studio. When we have VIPs come through, we had the SAS Championship a couple of weeks ago. We Preston, and we had Freddie couples come and do some golf ball testing. You know, do a little bit of club testing and stuff like that. So, in which case we don't want a person like that to become a spectacle. So this is the build room in here. This is Landon Taylor. He's one of our PGM students, professional golf management students. It's Parks, Recreation, and Tourism degree that we offer at the university.
The PGM program?
That's right. Yep. So upon graduation of the PGM program and the PGA requirements, we become PGA members, and we're.
Is it just like 4 years college?
It is a 5-year program.
5 years.
Yep, and the reason it's a 5-year program is because the students are required to do 16 months of internship. And on that internship, the majority of the time, the students are not taking classes because the internships require you to be a full-time employee. Yeah, you have to be so many hours doing training. I mean, it is an internship and it is an apprenticeship. You're working with a PGA professional. In most cases, you're working with a pretty elite level PGA professional, maybe a certified professional, maybe a master professional, and that's just a PGA professional that has extended his education with the PGA and just continued to learn more maybe about merchandising, about teaching. There are different focuses and disciplines that you can go to, but it just makes you more of a well-rounded golf professional, just to offer more understanding, more player development. But any of our students that graduate from our program are, in my opinion, better equipped than other PGM programs just because of how comprehensive and, you know, we're pretty serious about our golf professionals. To speak to actually. So furthermore, this is where we build golf clubs. When we do fittings, we order straight from the vendors, and they send us raw shafts, they send us raw heads, we measure each one of them out, we custom build them right here, and then we test them for their consistency based on the fitting, and then we sell them to the customer. So exactly what they get for is exactly what they get from us.
I haven't seen this shaft.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Absolutely.
Appreciate your tour. This
Yeah.
was great.
We'll go upstairs. I'll give you my card.
Oh,
and
sure.
If you come back, or if you want to explore some equipment with me, or just kind of go through a fitting and see what we do, certainly welcome to come.
I was living in North Carolina when I was a high school student. I went to the greenhouse high school. はい、いかがだったでしょうか。今回本当に特に約束もなくですね、プレーだけの予定だったんですけども、マネージャーのダニエルさんが、館内の案内をしてくれました。ということで、すごいね、充実した施設だったと思うんですよね。なかなかゴルフ場のクラブハウス内に ああいうフィッティングスタジオがあったりとか VIP 打席があったりとか、実際にこうすぐ手を入れられる工房があったりとか、なかなか見かけないですよね。こういったゴルフ場がきっとアメリカ各地にあるのかなと思うと、やっぱり全体としてやっぱレベルが高いのも名付けるなと思います。こういうゴルフ場日本でも増えるといいかなと思うんですけども、はい、ぜひね、海外旅行行った際にはそういったゴルフ場行ってみるのも面白いかなと思います。キャンバスゴルフではホームページの方で無料のスイング分析やっておりますので、自分のスイングの課題どこかなと気になる方、ぜひご依頼いただければと思います。簡単なレポートにまとめて回答したいと思います。それからですね、通常の練習場でのレッスンとか、あとイベントもやっております。今ですと12月13日にショートゲームに集中したイベントを開催する予定でございますので、こういったものもぜひご参加いただければと思います。以上、ありがとうございました。